I am legit in shambles. I'm like, oh my gosh, did I make a mistake? You know, I just got in this home. Things are already going, you know, up Shiite Creek. How am I going to do this? What's up and welcome back. So I've been in my home for about 3 months now, and I said in the beginning, before I even started looking for properties, I was going to take you along this journey with me. And so I'm going to be sharing the good, the bad, the ugly, and the downright ratchet experiences that I have had so far as a first-time homeowner, and a first-time homeowner as a single woman, and not just a single woman, but a single mom of 2 kids. So let's get into it. Okay, let me see exactly when I closed. I believe I closed February 28th, and today is July 6th. Okay, so I closed on the house February 23rd, and I took about 2 weeks to move in, mainly because it was just me. Now, my brother and my dad did help me move in the couch and the washer and dryer, but everything else was me moving stuff over in my new to me Toyota RAV4, and that really came in handy because you guys know I got rid of Miss Mazda. Miss Mazda, rest in peace. She's gone now, but I got a new to me car, a used Toyota RAV4. And so I used the trunk space, and that is basically how I got moved into the home. So it took me about 2 weeks to get in here. So about the second week of March, I had officially moved in. I was excited. I was finally in my own home. We would finally get to experience waking up in the house. But literally, if I'm not mistaken, it was the night that we first stayed in the house. There was a leak in the kids' bathroom. Now, it was not coming down per se, but you can kind of see like the ceiling was just wet. Thank God I did not see one drop falling down, but it was something was accumulating up there, and it was raining for like a week straight around this time, and I lost it. It was 11 o'clock at night. I am tired. I'm exhausted. I'm going from one city to the next because I'm moving on my own. I have 2 kids, and I did not ask off around this time. Actually, I didn't ask off. I didn't ask for any time off, which mistake number 1. Use your PTO and ask for time off whenever you are doing a big move. But I was tired, I was exhausted, and I remember going back and forth with myself like, am I gonna call my dad? Am I not gonna call my dad? Am I gonna call my dad? Am I not gonna call my dad? And you better believe at 11 o'clock at night, I called him in absolute shambles. And I will share a picture if I can find it, but like I shared the picture. And to me, I'm ignorant when it comes to these things. So I was honestly, my anxiety was telling me that as long as it kept raining, the roof was going to cave in on us. I am legit in shambles. I'm like, oh my gosh, did I make a mistake? You know, I just got in this home. Things are already going, you know, up Shiite Creek. How am I going to do this? And I remember praying to God. I'm like, God, you got me through this process. You brought me here. I want to be happy. It took a long time, in my opinion, for me to like really get settled in as a homeowner mentally. I was like, I want to be happy and see the, you know, fruits of my labor, but things are going a little haywire, and I need you to help me here. So I prayed on it, and I went to bed probably about 2 o'clock in the morning because we're still unpacking at this time. And the sun is shining, and I go and I touch it, and it's dry. Obviously, I needed a roofer, so my first expense came, or first repair came within less than a week of actually moving in, which leads me to say, whenever you are getting the home inspected, please bring someone from your camp to go through the house with you. I did not know anything. I'm still learning. I'm learning more than I would like to, but I kind of have to because I'm the head of the household. But I would say bring someone from your camp who has some type of knowledge of what they're looking at, because me, I'm tapping on things, and obviously a lot of things slipped through the cracks. Now, I did wind up paying for the roof repair out of pocket, and this was because I completely forgot about my home warranty. The seller paid for my home warranty plan for a year, totally forgot about it, and unfortunately they're not going to reimburse anything that did not already have a work order open for it. So I had to take that loss, but I really didn't realize that I had a home warranty until basically about 3 weeks ago, honestly. And so I just took the hit to the chin and paid for the repairs. But I am happy to say there's no more water swelling when it comes to the ceiling, and the sellers did leave a whole bunch of paint in the garage, and any little like thing that I've been having to fix, any little project that I have screwed up on, I bought some, I think it's called compound, and I've just been using the paint. So I painted over it, and it's not the right color. I'm not doing very good trying to figure out what color, what can goes with what, you know, what area, but it's fixed. Next thing I will say with this experience is that Next thing I will say with this experience that I have realized is that small things make a big impact on your life. And I'm talking about my garbage disposal. I did not think that I would be so grateful to have a garbage disposal. I did realize when I looked through the home inspector's report that the garbage disposal was kind of on its last leg, and it came out to be something about the electrical side of things. It wasn't getting power. So I bought a whole new garbage disposal and had my dad install it when we were thinking that was the problem. I paid over $200 for a garbage disposal that I did not need. But good thing is that I have a new garbage disposal. But anyway, so for the past 2 months, I have honestly been making it do what it do with certain things that I just don't want to deal with, or I have had no time to deal with, and the garbage disposal was one. So I have 2 kids, and then I'm so used to having a garbage disposal that a lot of times we were putting things down the drain and it was just sitting there, and the house sometimes would smell so bad. Every night I had to scrape out the food from, you know, where you put it down and turn on the garbage disposal. And it was a huge inconvenience. And I did not realize how important a garbage disposal was to me and how important it was for my mental health. And so after 2 months, I did finally put in a work order with home warranty, because I did see that that was going to be covered, and they reimbursed me for the work I paid up front for an electrician. So now I am able to put food down the drain, but this has taught me like the things that seem small on your home inspection report probably can turn into big things or major inconveniences. And I always recommend going through the report and looking at it page for page and making sure that you understand. And if you don't understand, you know, ask your realtor for help. That is something that I wish I would have done. I found myself having to go back to my PDF when like my uncles came over, or my dad or my brother or someone, and even the service text, and I had to go back through, and then I realized that I missed some things, or some things kind of slipped my mind, and I that was completely my fault. I should have been better at reading that. Now, when I got into the home, I thought that I would have, you know, a little breathing room at least 6 to 12 months before things started to break down. And when I say things started to break down, I braced myself for like the smaller things, like something like the garbage disposal or something like that. But I did not brace myself for something as big as the AC unit. I have been battling, it's been a month, and I've gone through 3 to 4 different HVAC companies just trying to get repairs done, trying to figure out, you know, which way I need to go when it comes to a new system. And I will say I'm kind of bummed about it, because I really thought that I had at least 6 to 12 months before something big kind of whooped me. Now, once again, I did forget I had home warranty. So around the time that I got the roof repaired, I realized that with the thermostat, the air wasn't keeping up with the temperature that I set on it. And you can kind of hear when you go by the, I guess that's the condenser outside, it sounds like it's riding the struggle bus. And that was one thing that I remember in my head when my dad came over, and he's like, you know, helping me with little things like putting handles on the cabinets. And he was like, oh, that thing sounds bad. But me, I'm like, I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it. I don't want to hear it. I'm already stressed out. I was like, oh, but it's fine. It's because it was keeping up. It was kind of cool outside. You know, it's around March. And so I was like, oh, it's fine. Fast forward to now, it's 100 degrees outside, and it's been getting up to like 78, 79 in the house. And at first, whenever I first just broke down and called someone, I forgot I had home warranty. So that repair, I had to pay out of pocket. They're not reimbursing that, but that repair did not work. And so second repair, I paid. I'm still waiting on reimbursement, but at least I had a claim with home warranty. That repair did not work. And so now I'm just needing a whole new unit, and I pray I can find a reliable company to help me with that. And speaking on companies, I've learned that after you pay a lot of them, they're gonna ghost you. And some of them just downright, they're not going to want to deal with home warranty. And I think that's why so many are maybe running away from me after they make their repair, is because they just don't want to deal with home warranty. The last guy I had out here, he flat out told me as soon as I said home warranty, he about wanted to, he looked at me like, I'm ready to run out of here. So I will say, if you need a repair done and home warranty or whoever that's maybe covering it, they don't have someone that they recommend or is in network with them. I don't have any people in network in Arkansas for some reason. I always ask for recommendations from people that you trust, because it took me 3 HVAC companies to finally break down, and my brother found me someone that he knows, and he works on my family's houses. And so now I'm feeling like I'm gonna finally get somewhere and not be, you know, burning in my own home. But I am somewhat relieved because home warranty will cover the new unit, and hopefully with this new unit I will not need a new unit for a long time. Next thing I want to talk about is furnishing your home. This was something that I knew I would have to do. I did not come over here with anything. I brought me, my kids, my cat, the cat's tree, and my couch, and that was pretty much it. And I brought the kids mattresses. They had twin mattresses. I needed the mattresses, so I brought those over too, and that was pretty much it. Everything else, you know, I donated, and it was pretty okay stuff. A chair that I had in my living room at my duplex, it was really nice. I did not sell anything. I didn't want to deal with selling it. I just wanted to give it to someone who needed it, and I figured that that was going to be my way of tithing for that month. So I just put it out on the curb, and it was gone within a matter of like an hour. And so I did not realize how much house that I had to furnish. So when you're going from a really small apartment to an actual house, you got a lot more space to fill. And I knew that I had a lot more space, but I didn't realize how much space that I had or how much we were actually needing. And so I set aside like, it was like $5,000 for furniture. If you guys remember that video where I was budgeting my money, I had like $30,000 in savings. And so I set like $5,000, had to up it to $11,000 for the budget. But even still, somehow I've come over budget. And so I have learned, and I'm hearing it from people who have bought a house a little too late, you know, to hear it. But I've learned that the most expensive thing about buying a house was furnishing it. And even still, it's kind of like empty space. It's not completely full. You know, the walls are really bare. They're going to be bare for a very long time, because I am just not, obviously I have credit card debt now, and I just have to work on getting my finances back in a place where I feel really good and really stable. But that really rocked me. And even though I had $11,000 in cash, I still came over budget, and about $2,000 of my $8,000 credit card debt right now is due to furniture. And I went into kind of like a shopping frenzy. That's something that I really recommend watching out for. It's like, do it in chunks to kind of give yourself time. Like, don't try to furnish your home all at one time. A lot of you guys did give me that advice, and I will say I absolutely did not take it, okay? Because I thought I had $11,000, in cash, I'm good. But I found myself getting to this place where it's like, human nature, we look at this empty space and we need to fill it up. Like, we just have this anxious feeling like, oh, I need to fill it up. I need to go and buy things. So I would literally just wake up and go to the store, and I would force myself to find things for the house because I just wanted to feel like my home is complete. I want to feel like our little family is complete, minus my husband. And I just wanted to hurry up and get it all done. I wanted to feel settled and good in my home. I was not going to live out of boxes, so that was the first thing I did, was unpack what we did have, and then I started to fill up the empty spaces. So there's a little tip there. I wish I would have just bought things in chunks, taking it room by room, and I feel like that would have helped me mentally and emotionally to pace myself and to make sure that I wasn't getting into a swiping frenzy, because I totally did. I had gone so long without spending. I liked the feeling. It brought back old good times, and so I just kept swiping. Now, even though that pretty much wraps up my experience so far, like I've only been in this house for 3 months. I have a while to go. Do I regret my decision to purchase a home? Absolutely not. And I say that because I remember about 3 years ago, I said that I wanted to purchase a house. I started looking for homes, and then I got discouraged because I'm like, I'm a single woman, and I need to wait until I have a husband because it's going to be a lot for me to deal with. And what if the what ifs come in and start raining on our parade, and I'm like, I have kids. What if something happens? What if the roof caves in? What if the AC unit goes out? I'm literally living in my what if fears that I had 3 years ago. And so I just stopped looking. I stopped the process, and I was like, I'm just gonna stay here until my husband comes along. Now, that was 3 years ago. Ask me how that is going. I'm not even a girlfriend, so I don't even want to know how long it would have taken me to start this process again if I was dead set on waiting for God to just drop my husband down from the sky. I don't regret it because I've just learned through life, like, I can't live by the what ifs. I can't let the what ifs dictate what I do in my life and how I experience life here on earth. I cannot live by the spirit of fear. Yes, I know, like, things are gonna go wrong. Things are going wrong. I'm sharing with you, things are going wrong, It's been tough. It's been stressful. Some days I'm so happy, I'm blasting music in my home, not having to worry about my music or my kids disrupting any neighbors and what they have going on or disturbing them. And I'm just singing and I'm twirling and I'm dancing and the sun is shining, because you guys know, if you're an OG, I had no sunlight in my little dark apartment. And then some days I'm like really stressed. I'm like really letting stress take me down through there. I'm like, I've got X amount of money left in my emergency savings. What if something else goes wrong? Like, can I do this? Can I do this? And I'm praying to God, like, can I do this? But I've shown myself, like, I can do this. Like, I can do this. I am doing it. I'm doing a good job at it, I feel. It's only been 3 months, and I feel like I've gotten hit, but I'm like, well, what if I'm just taking hits to the chin in the beginning, and then it just kind of like, evens itself out as I get established. But I'm learning so much, And I always say like you don't know until you know. You can watch as many videos as you like. You can ask for advice from so many people, but you're not going to know fully until you know. But when you're in the process and you're going through the experience, like it is something I can't even put into words. It is stressful as heck, but it is the best feeling ever. It's the most freeing feeling ever to know that I didn't let my fears dictate my actions. And yeah, some people, you know, have their opinions like, this is why you should have rented, or this is why I still rent because what if this and what if that, and this can happen and this can happen. A lot of things can happen, but I cannot keep myself stuck in the what if stage, because I'm never going to experience life the way that I want to experience. And am I gonna do this again within a year? Absolutely. Am I crazy? Maybe, but I would rather live life crazy than to live life trapped in my little what if bubble, my little safe space, and I'm not progressing and I'm not going after the things that I really want to do. But I would just say, like, I'm super proud of myself. For 3 months in, I feel really good. I am a single parent, of the sole financial provider of my kids, so I know I'm doing the best that I can. And once I find my footing, like once I really get, you know, into the groove of being a homeowner and learning as I go, I'm going to be good and I'm going to master this thing like I did on my debt-free journey and my saving journey. So I really do hope that if you've been on the fence about, you know, buying a home, even if you are a single parent or just a single woman in general, that you really take it to God, like and you really sit with yourself instead of just welcoming so many outside voices. Look at your finances and really make sure that if you take some hits, you can handle it and go for it. I really hope that your answer is that you go for it and you're gonna learn as you go and just take it on with a brave face and know that you're gonna be good in the end. So I really hope that you guys like this video, found it interesting. Let me know down below if you are in the process of buying a home, if you're preparing to buy a home within the next year or so, or if you are a first-time homeowner, how has your experience been? Please let me know that I am not alone in this, but I will catch you guys in the next video.